Welcome back to the show, guys. It's the LTS Podcast. As usual, it's your host Duncan with the boys. Let them introduce themselves
It's your boy
and let's
Taka.
get it.
The boy Sean here. Happy to be here. Another pod.
Let's go.
Anyway, so for today's episode, we shall be jumping into the England conversation. They have a new coach, obviously. You guys, you well know him.
TT.
Coached your team.
Yeah.
Thomas Tuchel, the famous back three man who brought it back to Chelsea and he won a Premier League. So,
The Champions League.
yeah.
Chance League. Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, and Super Cup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Super
and
Cup.
Club World Cup.
That's
Come on, bro.
And 2 FA Cup finals.
Yeah, so as we've had this season is quite long, but yeah. The main question in the room would be, can you really bring it home?
The being the World Cup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously.
Alright. I mean, some people think they say the same thing for the Euro in 2020. eat. So
Yeah. Wouldn't be home, but
But England are in a good place in terms of like the squad, like right now.
Yeah.
And man, and man, this Thomas Tuchel guy, man, you cannot doubt what he does in the knockouts, man. Even with Bayern, when he was under Bayern, I feel like they had really tried until they met like a Madrid team that always finds a way at the end.
yeah.
So, and anyway, he won them their, he won Bayern their league, and I know it wasn't such a good time at Bayern,
yeah.
but in terms of like knockout football, man, you can't doubt what that guy does.
It's a tournament.
He's surely a tournament guy.
Yeah.
Won us that Champions League. I mean, we always just reach so many finals. FA Cup finals, okay, we lost them, but like you can see his resume when it comes to knockout
knockout
football
football,
is really
yeah.
up there. So man, I would like to think it would come home. I would
Mhm.
like to think it would come home, but problem in England is always something that goes wrong. There's always something that goes wrong. I
Too
mean,
much
Southgate
expectation.
was doing a good job, but even him, like after that last final loss, was like, I just don't think there's any more I
Yeah.
can bring to this team. But now that there's a new setup, never know. I mean, I would want to believe that Tuchel can bring it home, but it's hard to believe with teams like Spain and France that have their
Yeah,
core
many
set
ops
up.
who are real.
Yeah, I don't think my boy Titi can go ahead of them. But I know at least I think he'll reach like semis.
Yeah.
I think he'll reach like semis. Yeah.
But the serious is me. I'm not gonna say home because like me, I'm a France boy,
Yeah.
UG boy. So yeah. However, like what I just find is impressive is like he's really shaping up the defense. Because let's be
Yeah.
real, even within the Premier League, most of the defenders he's using are not like you don't single them out as these are the guys you're going to look at
Yeah.
as the best defenders in the league.
Mm.
Yeah. But to come out of his preparation for the World Cup, the qualification, and you don't concede,
Yeah.
that's insane.
Yeah.
For an England squad, that is
Yeah.
like really insane because you even when they would perform with Southgate, you'd find like a random Estonia or a random Latvia or
Yeah.
Iceland barring them at least
Yeah.
a goal or two,
Mm.
and it will always be shaky.
Yeah.
And those guys lose it fast.
Yeah.
With all due respect to them, they're professionals. But when you're representing your country, I'm sure it hits differently because
Mm.
on one side it's like just your team having an issue with you if you have a bad performance, but it's another thing that hits differently when it's the whole country, you know.
Yeah. It's like there's some added pressure.
Yeah, there's some
It's
added
a
pressure now, like the
country
Bukayo
thing.
Saka penalty. I mean, it was a lot of pressure for him in the Euros,
And he was
right?
really young at that.
And he was really young at that time, but the way they
and
came at
Sancho.
him, the way they came at him, it was mad because bro, it's
Yeah.
everyone at this point. Everywhere you turn to, you go home.
Mm.
Yo, these guys are talking about you. You go here, still the same guys are talking about you. But club football, I mean, you just change the city and yourself.
Yeah.
So, if I'm to ask the second question, right?
Yeah, sure.
What would be Tuchel's main problem to face in this team? Because when I look at the quality, right? If you have to look at the team sheet, all the names on this team sheet, you cannot undermine them.
Oh.
You could say every one of these players deserves to start, but obviously you can't start everyone.
You can't
right?
set everyone. Man.
So
And you also need the right setup.
exactly,
Yeah.
you need to get the right people to gel together. So what would you say his starting 11 would look like? His ideal starting 11 for that England team?
Well, for me, I don't think like it's really a question of who you start with.
Yeah.
Because if you like, for instance, I'm going to reference the Steven Gerrard, thing. No, he had an interview with Rio meets Stevie G, and they asked him this question. They were like, "Yo,
Mm.
you had talent for days in your time, and why did you really go far internationally, right? However, he came up and he said it's because they were not really much of a team.
Yeah.
They were not really
egos.
yeah, there was just egos. They called themselves egotistical losers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get so I think that is going to be his biggest thing. And you can see he's even implementing it. I tried to watch some of those clips that they show on YouTube for the Lions, the England national team, and you can see in the speeches he talks about in the build up to the game, he always tries to show that there's a cohesive nature to the team. That's even why he left Bellingham out in the previous collapse. These are the guys who knew each other and they're getting that chemistry to them. And it was just unfortunate Bellingham was injured, so he couldn't be called up, and he's still trying to come back from that. But still, I don't think he would put him there if he wasn't certain that it was going to affect that chemistry that he's already building in these players. So you can see clearly they're getting there. They're becoming a team. So I think that is the biggest thing for him. But in terms of quality, bro, these guys have so much quality. I mean, they have like 3 people for each position.
But it's now who stays home, like who's going to stay.
Exactly.
Do you think Trent will make it to the squad?
I must definitely Trent will make it.
I
to the
think
squad. You cannot leave out his crossing. You can't leave out Bellingham's mentality. You can't leave Kane's quality on the ball.
Yeah, there's some guys who
would you say players like Jack Grealish would make the cut, or
most definitely.
It's too early to call it.
But if he continues the form,
I think he has had a better season. Yeah. I think as of right now than I'd say Anthony Gordon.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I think like you see these guys, right? It's gonna be a question of how they are performing in the league.
Yeah, for sure.
And how they turn out. Injuries might affect them now. So like Madueke was his best. I think Madueke was his best player from the previous collapse. From when they were playing, he would always start Madueke, whether left or right. He's gonna put Madueke in the team, but Madueke gets injured. Doesn't matter. There's another guy already. Saka comes back, or there's probably another guy ready for that position. So it's not really a question of who. It's just at that timing. Obviously, the major guys are gonna stay there. But then
I mean the Kane, Rice, those guys are
they will stay there. So it will be a question of how you're performing, how it's going to affect the team. Best of what if your confidence is really low, I don't think you're going to call it.
So if you were to give me names that are sure to start, I've heard you toss around names like Kane and Rice.
If you start from like the keeper, Pickford for sure. I feel like no one is touching him. I feel like even if
would you say he's England's best goal?
Yeah, he's still England's
maybe
best
Nick Pope may have something to say.
No way.
What about Dean
Henderson? Dean Henderson maybe, but like
no. But I think Nick Pope and Pickford for sure start before Dean Henderson. I mean Dean Henderson will come for sure. I think he'll be picked. But in terms of like who will start, I think Pickford has a thing locked down because of what he has been doing for England. Like just best of merit. And Vermi always plays for Everton, so we know we get the game time. But maybe Nick Pope may say something, I'm not sure. But I think Pickford will still be assured starting. Rice, Kane, those guys, those 3 for sure, I know. And I know how much Tuchel loves Reece James. So
I also feel like Reece James has to start.
Reece James will have to start. Reece James, I'm sure, will start.
The way he has been playing that
Trent in that squad. Because Tuchel just loves him so much.
I think if he plays that back 3, he has to play Reece James as the right centre.
Yeah, he could actually.
That's why he plays for Chelsea.
They could play both. That would be a nice thing to see actually. Because we know Trent is going to swing them in, and you know at the back will be solid regardless. Gehi, Stones,
Konza.
I mean,
Konza will be fighting with Stones, I think.
I feel like their backline is okay. Okay.
And to drop it on Pickford, a little ball knowledge for you out there, right? Because that's how we do it in LTS. Pickford, looking back in the previous seasons, right? Pickford, in the goalkeepers in the Premier League, behind Alisson and Henderson, he has actually made the least errors leading to goals
Okay.
Yeah. He has made 1 in 3 seasons. That's mad.
But they usually make that many.
That's an amazing one because
Yeah,
when I look
you
at
know that.
Pickford's game, it feels like he has so many mistakes. But when you say he
leading
has
to
one-
goals,
But like
he
actually
covers
leading
up
to the goal,
Yeah.
leading to
Yeah,
goals.
leading
leading
to
to
the goal,
a goal. This guy covers up. If he makes a mistake, there's a way he covers up.
His
really
reflexes
fast.
are crazy.
And for a team like Everton that was having points being deducted and staying down and having relegation battles, you have to have more clean
Solid.
sheets than any other skipper in the Premier League. Yeah, that guy is top.
Yeah.
Underrated, honestly. But if he was playing for like a team like United or like one of the top big 6, big 6 teams in the Premier League, he would get his flowers because he's good.
I'm not so
I
sure
really
about
don't
that
think,
because when you're playing for the big 6,
Yeah,
there's so
I-
much
to be
scrutiny
honest,
on you. Like Man U,
Yeah.
any
Too much
single
pressure.
fault.
Too
You
much
can be
pressure.
faulting down there in Everton. No one would
Yeah.
even have watched Everton's highlights for that weekend.
Yeah.
But for Man U, everyone be
Every
like, no, you
mistake.
should have done this way. You have Nebo, you have Carragher, all these guys on his case.
Yeah.
Can he now should even now start for England? After all this, there'll be so
Yeah,
much
because
scrutiny.
you look at
I think
Andre
it's good
Onana,
he's in
right?
Everton, by the
Yeah.
way. I
If
think
you
it's
look
good
at
he's in
Onana,
Everton.
he
He's
came
right.
from like a big
He
team,
plays for him.
Yeah.
but then he came into our team, but every single mistake was under a microscope. So
Yeah. I feel like at Man it's
Yeah,
even worse.
and
It's
with-
like the worst actually. You'd
Yeah.
even rather be
I
in
feel
like
like
Chelsea, you know.
with
with
Pickford's
Man, it's
way
too
of
much.
playing, I don't think it suits us in a certain
Yeah.
way. Those tiny mistakes left and right.
Mm.
Anyway,
Anyway, but besides Pickford, Bellingham and Ken, what do you think?
I
mean,
think
Saka.
Kane has to start.
Okay, yeah, Saka,
Saka
oh my
has to
God,
be
yes.
there, bro.
Saka
Saka has
Just-
to be there.
It has reached a point to me, to be honest, Saka's starting position is in doubt to me. If you're to say right now,
Mhm.
right? You could say Madueke has had a better season than him this season from the games he has played, right? He looked more devastating than him. You could say his GA doesn't reflect what he has
Yeah.
been playing, but
Yeah, no, this is fine. It's
Yeah.
crazy you should say that because like Saka, when I look at Saka, right, it's not just GA and all that.
work with
Yeah,
it.
Bro, this guy, when he reaches that right hand side, he's a wild card for me, man.
Yeah.
Because his preferred move is obviously cut to the left and hit one heavy shot that goes top bins.
yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But this guy can still cut near post and
That's
hit
the
a
thing.
heavy shot also on his right foot. Like,
That's
brother.
the thing. He can bait you.
He baits you
and
either
then he
way.
just chops in
I
and
think
then
and-
you know,
and he has
either cross it or
Yeah.
shoot. Like, but
Exactly.
He's dynamic. He's dynamic.
Exactly. He's
True.
very
and even
dynamic.
play left back if you
And
want.
he has this wild card thing of his like out of nowhere in within the game, he's probably gonna make a darting run straight through the middle. I mean,
Yeah.
the whole game he's playing 50
Yeah,
minutes right there.
Yeah.
He even did that in the Premier League in his last game, right?
Yeah.
So he's here, you're seeing him on the right. He's on the right, right? Then all of a sudden he makes a dummy run straight down the middle, and the
Yeah.
defenders get lost for it.
Yeah.
You know, he's
Yeah.
a wild card, and he just can't enter into an England squad without Saka.
So I think to your comment, on his day he has to start. You could say in that number, no one.
But I think
Maybe
even,
Cole Palmer.
Maybe I think all factors considered,
Yeah.
man. Saka just has to start from
Yeah.
the right wing.
So,
yeah, he just
That
has to
begs the
start
question:
there.
if Saka starts there, right, where does Cole Palmer play?
Okay, me in an ideal setup,
Yeah.
man, I would want Cole Palmer in the 10 and push Bellingham just a bit behind.
So
and then
Bellingham.
Bellingham
and
will
Rice.
sit with Rice. Yeah,
Two
I
tens.
feel they can do it.
That's-
They
No,
can do
no,
it.
Bellingham can. Bellingham can.
They
Don't
can do
forget,
it. They can do
in
it.
what? In Dortmund, he was playing that age position.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, I know he had that thing in Madrid where he was playing false nine and he did so well.
Yeah.
But this guy is a mentality monster. Me, I feel like he's like this old school footballer where like you have like Stevie G, you have like Bellingham, you have like Lampard. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter as long as it's in a midfield position and it's straight in the middle. It doesn't matter where you put him.
Mm.
He will turn up for that position or at least try to.
Would you say is that the best combination of the midfield?
The
Rice,
two guys.
Bellingham, and Palmer.
I mean, if
Would
you're
you
looking
say
at
that's
I mean, I think they should try it.
that,
And
that would be
they're
the
not really trying it.
strongest on paper?
On
On
paper,
paper, yes.
yeah. But you find maybe on
I-
on the pitch it may not actually.
Yeah,
work.
maybe
Because
maybe
it not
Tuchel
work.
can put some Glaze over it.
you could throw in Adam Wharton in that, and then you could push Bellingham a little bit further, and then
Speaking of
Palmer.
Adam Wharton, does Tuchel bring that guy? Does he call him up even?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
he
he
called him
prefers.
up
It's
and-
like
called
he
him up.
prefers the Anderson guy
to
in
be honest,
Nottingham.
I don't see why they keep calling Jordan Henderson.
I would want to try the Rice Bellingham thing. I would really want
Yeah,
to try
the
it.
Rice
But
Bellingham
but
pivot.
I'm not so sure whether it can work. But I
Yeah.
think it can work. I think it can work
It can
because
definitely
those are two
work.
very talented
Yeah.
guys. The problem is the way Rice is being used right now. Guys are now starting to see that, hey man, this game I can actually now play 8 or what. So like Tuchel may now want to like leave him as a box boss CM and maybe push Bellingham in 10.
But I have a
Then there's
question.
also the option of pulling Paapa also right wing. I mean, that Tuchel guy has so many ways to play about it.
Yeah.
But he has to bring Bellingham for sure, and he has to try out that Bellingham Rice thing for me. He just has to try it. At least pick like a lesser team and you try that pivot with Palmer in the middle, Saka out wide, Rashford this side, Kane at the front.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
okay. So if you play Bellingham, Rice on the 8, who's playing 6 then?
It's Rice in the 6.
Yeah, I'm
Bellingham
saying
in
like,
the 8.
he brought up a point of like there's that confusion. Be like, man, if you
But the only problem is
if you remove Rice from the 6
has
to the
play
8,
the 6.
yeah.
you put-
The only problem is now
Yeah.
the way of like my ideal setup, it does not fit the back three thing, the 3-4-3.
Yeah, but to be honest, Tuchel is not really a rigid back
guy.
3 coach.
Yeah, he's definitely going to
Yeah,
switch it up.
he's susceptible to change.
And
If I can play a 4-2-3-1, that would
Yeah.
be my ideal setup. But
So your ideal formation is a
Wait.
4-2-3-1.
yeah, with Bellingham and
Rice in
the
the
pivot, Palmer,
in the
then
10.
Saka, Rashford, Kane.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
so these guys actually had a moment where like since Tuchel came, has there been a moment when all 3 of them are fit?
No,
I don't think
not
I've seen
yet.
it.
Yeah, that's what.
That's
Then,
the
like,
thing,
yeah, that's
yeah.
the thing.
I
That
think
supposes
will
the
come in the
question.
later half of the season
Yeah,
where
and
like
to-
it's now time, like maybe like 3 weeks to like
November,
the World
yeah.
Cup. Okay, before they announce the final
yeah.
team. Yeah, yeah.
Why do names like Eze fall on this list? Because none of
Oh.
these mentioning Eze.
No, definitely a bench, man.
But
Yeah.
bench,
Ready-
Eze is a
ready-
good
ready to
bench
come
player,
up.
yeah.
Ready to come up in the 60th minute
Does Rashford
Yeah.
start in that number ahead of him at this point?
on the
Like
left.
the left
Yeah.
wing,
I think Rashford has been on fire.
because also
Like-
Anthony Gordon loves him.
No, I think
I think-
Gordon compared to
But obviously
Rashford and
Rashford,
Eze right
yeah,
now,
yeah, yeah.
I think is.
But Tuchel loves Anthony Gordon's like work rate off the
I
ball.
don't know
like,
why, but I guess that's why he's the coach.
his work rate off the ball and Anthony Gordon probably gives you more than Rashford and Eze. So I think that's why they like
Yeah,
him.
to-
But
to-
obviously,
to be
in terms
honest,
of
if-
quality up front,
If I was to
other
call
guys are
3 people in that number, it would be Rashford, Grealish, and
there's also Grealish. Wow.
yeah.
I mean,
And
it's
Eze.
a
Talent
headache.
for days.
I mean, these guys are stacked up really. There is no
Yeah.
reason he shouldn't come home, man.
Yeah.
And I just hope my
You say
bro can
that.
bring it.
You say that, and then
And then, okay, in the striker position, we have Kane and
It has to be
Oli
Kane.
Watkins.
I
And
feel like Kane, Oli, and then Ivan Toney just.
yeah, bro, Everton is still a baller, bro. I know he's
Yeah.
in the Saudi and all that, but bro, the guy is still a baller.
I've seen reports of Chelsea trying to sign him in Jan.
yeah.
Bro, you guys want to do that?
Because we have our striker.
Yeah, they have a striker problem.
Problem
to be
right
honest.
now.
With
I
João
mean,
Pedro,
all for you, bro.
It's only
Yeah.
João Pedro right now. If he gets injured, I don't
Yeah.
think Gui is up to that
And
standard.
Jean Pedro is really supposed to be a team.
Bro, me, I'm all for that, man. I miss Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney reminds me of these old school strikers who
Yeah,
just
yeah,
hold the
Jermaine
ball.
Defoe.
You get it?
Yeah,
Hold
yeah,
the ball,
yeah.
wait for a guy to come over, pass it, go in the center, and boom!
But also his link-up play. His link-up play.
He's
yeah.
like, that's what I'm saying. His link up plays
Proper
on point.
baller.
Yeah.
Proper baller. So yeah, man, if he's coming to Chelsea, I'd like to see him back. Should have gone to Arsenal before. But
Yeah, but
yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway, man.
Team history in the FIFA World Cup. What has been England's greatest finish in the World Cup semi?
when they won in
I think
1966.
they won it in
The one in the 66, but
Yeah.
in recent times, I think in modern football, I think it was a semi-final in 2018. I think
Yes,
they got
yes,
fourth
yes,
place.
yes,
They
when
they lost to
yeah.
Pele
Southgate,
in the match. Yeah, and I think that was Southgate's debut international competition.
The 2018 World Cup, eh?
2018 World Cup? No, I think
Was it?
2016
Oh,
Euros.
Euros
was
was
his,
his
2016
first,
Euros
yeah.
was his debut international
then
competition. Then he went to World Cup.
was
yeah.
that?
Took them really
But
far.
in that World Cup, I think they showed that hey, we can actually see
Yeah, I
something
think
now.
So
So they reached finals of Euros,
yeah.
They needed that.
quarters in a tight match with France. I mean, they have been doing well in like the last 4 major tournaments.
Yeah.
So, but they have never really just all over the
There's
line, man.
there's actually a quart winning a thing.
But man, with the Ken that's banging, I'm betting I was back if it Paapa and Saka, man, for sure, man. Guys have to cook.
Bro, the way Harry
Guys have
Kane
to
has
cook,
been
man.
playing. You saw that game yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he was
Crazy.
playing
I
6,
slept off, bro.
8, 9.
I watched the
He was
highlights,
playing
but,
all
man,
positions.
He's quite
bro.
like
He played
right
the 10,
now
bro.
he
He
plays
was
10. Right now
I
he
saw
can play
in the
10.
stand-up,
He
in the
was
starting lineup, I
everywhere.
saw Jackson was in the 9 and he was the 10.
Yeah, like he can, and if you see the passes, he can be
Bro,
spamming.
bro.
To Olise, to
He
you
has
can
been
find
doing that stuff
guys.
since Totti, man. He has been doing
I
that
mean,
stuff
yeah,
since
but like
Totti.
right now it's crazy because he does it more often right now. Like
That guy's
'cause the way
passing
they
range
just switch
might
him.
be better than most midfielders.
I like how
That's-
company is
that's
using
what-
him for sure.
Most definitely. But that's an aspect to his quality and also his experience.
Yeah.
Because
I thi-
you don't just get there, man.
Yeah.
You need
That's-
to have really put some really
I think
hard
yesterday's
hours into
game
it.
is the closest I've seen a player come to Wayne Rooney. That game he played yesterday.
By the way,
That was Wayne.
that's a good point,
That,
'cause
that was what
Ken is
Wayne Rooney
becoming
used.
more Wayne
I
Rooney
swear,
right now.
that's
by
what
the way.
Wayne
Yeah.
used to play for
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
He was everywhere.
Big
you see him
Wayne.
in the 6 switching up the ball. You see him in the right back chasing someone. You see him in the
Yeah.
other wing. Bro, he's everywhere.
If Ken starts banging free kicks, you can
He's
now really say it's
everywhere.
Rooney now. Yeah. If he starts like banging
Yeah.
free kicks the way Rooney used to bang,
Yeah.
you can really now say,
But
yeah,
Ken
he's
can-
everything now.
Yeah.
That Rooney was, yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. But Ken used to also do that.
I mean, he can bang
He
them
can,
once in a
man.
while, but the rate at which Rooney used to bang
Yeah.
free kicks, always he's not yet there.
True. Rooney was an elite in that.
Yeah.
True. Anyway, I think that concludes this England segment.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, let us know your thoughts. What Thomas Tuchel will do with this England team. How far will he take it to the World Cup? Yeah, which players do you think he should call up and who do you think he should leave back home?
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Kobe Mainoo. I hope he makes the team.
Yeah, he has to.
Yeah, has to.
The problem is I'm on there and play that game. Man.
That's
I'm
the
going to
problem.
leave him home, but all I know is
But he
coming
might-
home.
Yeah.
It's coming home.
Yeah.
It's coming home.
Yeah.
Anyway, lads out.
Like, share, and subscribe.